The Bromance 70 from Pomali. First setup and initial view with the Hoosier Woodsman. Let's get it set up. Pole, stakes, tie out. Half inner tent. Storage bag. And a tent. Hello and welcome. Come along as Tristan and I take Tele for a quick overnight in our new tent in the Hoosier National Forest. So this is my first time taking a look at the Bromance 70 four-season hot tent from Pomali. So let's make a go of it, shall we? The Bromance 70 is a classic pyramid shape or irregular octagon, and it comes with 3 stove jacks. Unique as it enables use of 2 stoves at the same time, with a special jack designed specifically for 45 and 90 degree pipe. We only used 1 stove. So Tristan, what I'm doing while you're getting ready to do that is I'm trying to see the footprint or how big it is around the side. How much room we'll need to set it up, where the doors are and where we want them to be, because we've never seen this tent before. Here's one door. Here's a door. Here's a door. Here's a door. That's all right. Let's see, do I want to bring it? So the Bromance has 4 doors. I want them configured in a certain way. I want the main doors, I think, go more east and west. My side doors go north and south. I think that's how I have this configured. But like I said, I've never seen it before. This is the door here. I think I want to spin it that way a little bit. It's definitely a lighter material than my hacks. What you want, a drink? In my green canteen, use that cup and get him, out of my canteen cup, get him a drink of water. Actually, no, not my green one, use the other one. So I have it laid out how I think I want it. I'm gonna go ahead and stake it down in a couple different areas, but not all of them. And then I'll put my center pole up and then finish staking it out. See how this goes. Don't lose your straps. Watch the top for him too, okay? The complete kit for the tent includes the tent, 2 inner half tents, an adjustable center pole, stove jacks, 18 aluminum alloy tent pegs, guidelines, and the hot tent bag itself. Pretty soon we'll tell you to put on some protective gloves. I'm about ready to use tools. Went in the woods, if you're hiking, going through brush, setting up camp, pitching tent, anytime you're using tools or going through areas where you'll be using your hands, get a good set of work gloves. Leather, I recommend a bull hide or stronger, something thick. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Notice there's no straps keeping it tight, just elastic and a band. I put holes in them and wrap some leather on it. That allows me just to attach it to a beaner on my vest or my belt or wherever, but my vest. There you go. Protect your hands. Now let's see how this thing stakes out. Definitely interesting. Huh. I'm not going to stake it all the way into the ground yet because I'm not sure exactly how much it needs to be adjusted, but it's in deep enough that I can pull on it pretty hard. The stakes are lightweight. Tri blade. It has some cord on the end. I just wish they had tied longer cord. It would have made it easier to grab onto here tomorrow or whenever we tear down camp, especially if the ground freezes hard. These tie downs for the stakes are like a braided band, a braided tape, not a shot cord. I find that interesting. I think they're probably stronger than shot cord. See how well they last. I know on my hacks I broke several shot cords. Okay, we have a tent staked down in a couple places, 4 places I think. Now I'm going to go find the center of it. I'm going to raise it up. Now this is the first time seeing this pole. I think I remember seeing it's adjustable. My hex is not adjustable. And this snaps together differently than my hex, which is on a shot cord all attached. These aren't attached to each other. I see it just now. It's on this right here. Different notches you can use. So there really isn't any instructions. You just got to kind of wing it. I know this is my top one. I know that because this little hanger right here, which is great for lanterns, hang your gloves to dry over the stove, stuff like that up high inside your hot tent. So we know that's the top. Let me know that this one is the bottom, and they both have little rubber ends. This is much larger than this, which is interesting, which makes me wonder if there's an A, B, C, or D, but these 3 look exactly the same. Same OD, yeah. Nope, here we go, here's the difference. This one's going to be second to bottom because it has these little pins on both ends where this has it only on one. And that's going to allow you to adjust inside your bottom. So as you see, it really don't take a GED. So I'm going to guess, I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 3 down because that's like one of my favorite numbers. Oops. If I can, if I'm smart enough. There we go. So it's 3 down. You okay? Yeah. What's wrong? Oh, okay. It's okay, relax. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't daydream. So there you go, there's your center pole. Oops. And let's put it in the middle and find out what's up. What are you doing? Well, that's because you got it up on the log instead of down on the ground next to the log holding it up. You understand? Take it. Okay. As long as you kind of understand, you'll be alright. Wish me luck. Here we go. We'll open up the door. And these have the same kind of zippers that my hex did, and that's where my hex gave out on me. And I think it's because I pull everything too tight, especially for windy conditions. So we're going to try not to pull everything down quite as tight as I did with my hex, which it's getting repaired, so it'll be back in action soon. All right, here we go. Ta-da! Now we just gotta go around, tighten everything up.
put it how it's supposed to be. Then we'll work on an inner half tent. We'll also work on the stove jacks. Get them cut in with the stove and set up the stove and get going. Tristan!
Constructed of 70D ripstop polyester, a very hydrophobic material, the Bromance 70 has a PU 2000 mm waterproof rating, and all the seams are seam taped. According to Pamali, it's a 4 to 6 person tent, depending on whether or not you're using a stove or not. However, I find it's great for a couple, a small family, or even just a couple of hunting buddies, or a son, his dad, and his dog. I found the tent relatively easy to set up by myself, and I made sure to take the time to orient my tent, laying out accordingly with the 4 doors. I put the 2 main doors to the east and west, so with the doors open we might be able to watch the sunrise or set, and the 2 secondary doors at the north and south. Since it was my first time with this tent, I did take extra time setting it up, taking my time to kind of learn the tent and see how it likes to go together, so to speak. As time goes on, we'll get quicker. And of course, having to attach the guidelines, as you'll see soon, didn't help in time expediency at all.
I'm going to come around here and show you guys in the middle of your main tie downs, and they use that webbing. It looks like an inch wide webbing in a tape, webbing tape. Comes down, that's what they use for your stakes. In the middle, in between, and you can see the little stress points right here. They've doubled up on it, tripled up on it, what have you. I got these little shot cords. Actually, it's not even shot cords. I wouldn't call it 550 cord, but whatever it is, on here, and to help make that tighter, more taut of a tent. Really important when, especially when burning your stove, whether it's windy or not, to make your tent nice and taut, not too taut. You'll break a zipper like I did. But nice and taut, and that's going to give you stability, especially in the wind. Very important when you burn your stove. That tent comes down, that stovepipe comes down, you know, it'll ruin a great trip for sure, real quick. Anyway, so we're going to see how this works. The knots they put on them are kind of small, so I guess I can hook the knot. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. It's really, yeah, it's big enough. It's just big enough. That's funny. A year ago, Dad. A year ago. Holy cow. Oh, Clay came right up with it. Oh, well. So that's kind of cool. I'll show us all about that. So these straps themselves are adjustable. Those main straps I was telling you about, the webbing. So instead of pulling your stake back out like I just did and messing up the ground, all you have to do is pull the webbing, and I should have thought about that, but first time around. I'm just going to go around and tighten up all the stakes, make everything tight, squared away. Nice and tight. Pull a little bit on this one. Yep, like it. Again, just pull on the webbing, make it tight. Put the stakes in. Left that one open. That's pretty tight. Yep, I like it. So as you saw, one person setup. That's pulled just too, so you don't have to pull your stake back out. That's really kind of nice, so you don't mess up the ground and not have a place to stake. Put your stake again. That's pretty hip. I like that. What's he doing?
He's got something.
Come here. Oh, he can have it. Just an old deer bone. Cow bone or something. He's alright.
This is my second tent from Pomali, and my first is a hex tent, and I like it quite a lot. But it really is only a 1 or 2 person tent and kind of small. And I've been relatively pleased with both of these so far. And if I was allowed to make any suggestions, it'd probably start with the fact that I'd want bigger, better zippers, like the white KK zippers. I really like those. Also wish the Bromance had a vent at the top. I like the idea of being able to vent out through the top any smoke or excess heat. So I don't know how I feel about that. But there are a lot of unique features that truly make this a neat tent.
And you got these right here. Okay. They're coming around. So let's give you a view inside. Well, no, we'll wait till we're done. Okay, so now we gotta set these parts up. And this is gonna be interesting because I've never seen anything like this, Tristan. These are the guy outlines. Well, let me show you. Let's see what kind of mess it
Does
is.
it have stakes?
Huh?
Does it have stakes?
Yeah, I've already thrown a bunch of stakes in the ground. I bet you're getting stuff done, boy. I wasn't playing, so this kind of sucks. But ain't nothing in it. Can't make work, you know. I said don't take it. Hey, Tristan?
Yeah?
You want to come here for a second? And this is going to be very challenging, okay?
Oh no.
But as I try to figure out how this works, alright? I want you to start making these.
Unknotting?
Yeah, I'm not even making single strands.
Oh no. Here you go. What do you want?
Just start laying them out in a line. I gotta figure out how to do this. So once again, it doesn't come with instructions. So if I'm doing this wrong, somebody leave a message below. Or a reply, comment, whatever. But I think that you have to tie it right here. So, if that's the case, what kind of knot do you want to use, right? That's a great question. I'm a big fan of the bowline. I know that I don't have to worry about coming undone if I use it. So let's do that. Make sure I leave myself enough tail to put a safety knot in it. If I want to. I didn't. There's a bowline with a safety knot in it. Now I come out. Got that out.
Although I'm old school and come from a world of old, thick canvas tents, and it's a little hard for me to get used to the thinner materials, I think Pomale has a winner here. The Bromance 70 is a unique design with lots of unique characteristics. Things like the 4 doors, the 2 stoves at the same time, the extra jack for the 45 and 90 degree pipes. I really like the adjustable straps. It really does seem well constructed, with no obvious defects and no weak spots, and lots of reinforcement. I think it'll give me lots of good use over the next few years. Looks like I've ran out of recording room, so guess I'll get out of here. But keep watching. There's lots of good information, and at the end, lots of neat pictures of our adventures on our overnight trip. We got to climb on top of a huge, tall fire tower and overlook the horizons. We looked at the stars of the sky at midnight in the open. Just a good time. Anyway, I hope this helps. Maybe help you set it up. Maybe help you make a decision whether you want this tent or not. Either way, it was a good time for us. I'm going to get out of here. So until next time, I'll see you in the woods.
Put the door down before tying out the guide out lines so that I'm not stressing when I'm trying to zip it down. As you probably just saw when I was zipping it down now, I mean, I need to go and loosen up my sticks just a little bit. They're really tight and I don't want them to mess up the zippers. Yeah, it's pretty center. Yeah, it was close to the friggin'. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna give you a look inside. Bromance 70 4-season hot tent from Pomali. In a little while, we'll have our gear in here, the stove. And that's gonna be where all three of us go to sleep tonight. Me, Tele, and Tristan. I'm interested in seeing the stove thing. This seems like, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like the rigidity of the other one. But my hex tent's half tent, but I might stake that part out right down there. Yeah. Alright, let's work on a stove. Maybe get a ground sheet for over here. Get all this cleared out. Go from there. You see there, right there, it's really staked out really taut. I might loosen that up a little right there. Right there. I guess it'd help if I actually looked at the camera and not at other things. And stake that out. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Got a lot of room. That's a lot of gear. This is a large rock, medium rock, vest, axe, firearms, hatchets, gear, extra tent. Move, Telly. Enough room to sleep two in there, me and Tristan, my son. Huh. Got our wood, got our stove filled up. We should be alright. I think we're set. Give you a good look around. Don't knock down the guy wires.
That's pretty alright. I think I got a little tight. I need to be able to not make that quite so tight over there, I think. But I think it looks pretty good. There's T. I think it'll work.